Good morning, everybody. We have a summer front pushing east, and that's going to bring another day of stormy weather. Yes, indeed. This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm Jordan Steele. We've got Jim Cantori, Stephnie Abrams.
Yes, some cities in for a little sunshine before our next system builds back in time for your holiday weekend. Will Mother Nature ruin your 4th of July plans?
You know what this map says to me? Grab the early flight today.
Okay.
Right? Grab the early flight.
Yeah.
Hey, you might want to pack a few board games like cribbage. You guys cribbage players? If you're heading to the Sunshine State in Florida, you get to watch this thing develop or not. It's going to be around for probably the better part of the weekend here, so get ready for some downpours.
Gin rummy.
You play jacks?
Cribbage.
Cribbage. Fun
That's
game.
a your generation game, I think.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Mahjong is very big.
Mahjong.
Yeah.
You play?
Do that.
No, I have not played
Okay.
Mahjong.
I'll play chess and checkers all day long.
That.
I love that.
But cribbage too.
We're unfortunately playing with severe weather.
Yes, we got a
And we
rare
have
sight.
Nothing to play with.
Caught on camera. Check it out. This is
Reports of that, and there's your tornado report. There are all your wind reports, and then we had flood reports. There were, in this batch right here into eastern PA, water rescues that went down, cars that were stuck on the roads, and also underneath the overpass where it dips down, there was cars that were stuck and stalled out there. So it was a tough go yesterday here around the mid-Atlantic and into the Northeast. Unfortunately, today, we're going to repeat that. We're going to repeat the threat for severe weather today. Mainly those damaging winds with the low-level jet and also that jet energy coming in. But we can't rule out a little spin. So let's have a look at what's happening in the atmosphere. There's our upper-level low, and we do have some of that jet energy right here kind of peeking out. And we'll still see some of those stronger winds over the Northeast from that jet and also some of the low-level winds as well getting in there. Not to mention we've got surface features, which we typically see when we have all these systems in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, and loads of moisture. Look how high our moisture content is here. We are on the highest level of the scale, and there's just plenty of it. And we're right here in this warm sector, too. So there's your warm front, the leading edge of warm air. And so we've kind of got everything in place for storms to bubble up again. Unfortunately, flash flood warnings already happening here into Indiana. We are going to see more of those, I bet, as we head throughout the day, just like we saw yesterday with some of these heavier downpours come in. So use this as a lesson. Do not try to drive through flooded roads. It's just really, you don't know how low it is. People, get cocky. They're like, oh, my car can make it. And then you end up the one floating in the middle and having to get rescued, and your car is ruined. So there's a look at where we're dealing with this morning, some passing showers. There are those winds that I was mentioning, those jet level winds for us. And as we go through the day today, you'll notice that orange on the map. That's basically the oomph in the atmosphere. And look at these cells. Those are gnarly. Those are those. I mean, we've got a lot of cells that really kick off 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be a rough day here, and I guarantee you we're going to have travel issues because even though the storms don't get into the big northeast cities here till that 5, 6 o'clock, it's still the planes trying to navigate around all the storms are going to be problematic. So I think we're going to have a pretty intense day for us here, mid-Atlantic, northeast, and also parts of the Great Lakes. There is, again, that potential for flash flooding. And Jim, as I mentioned, right in this same area, we're already super saturated with water rescues and whatnot. Now more rain on top of it. So everyone's got to be really careful, though oddly enough, this is right where we've had that kind of dryness the last few months.
Steph, 2 to 5 inches.
Starting their 4th of July travel, and we've got it here into our Tuesday with the rain. I think travel could be quite slow for us. Maybe you're heading up to New York. On Friday, there's the Macy's 4th of July fireworks show. It's the 49th annual show. They're going to launch from Brooklyn Bridge and also 4 barges in the East River near the Seaport District. Seaport District is adorable. They got actually rocked, though, when Sandy came in, the Seaport area, but a lot of cute shops in that area. They have old cobblestone streets. Very, very cute. We also have the Mets home versus the Yankees Friday and over the weekend. So maybe you're traveling up for all of that extravaganza. I think today you need to leave very early if you can change your flight. Into Wednesday, that boundary gets shoved into the southeast. And by the way, we're going to see another one as we head into our Thursday, Friday, drop down from Canada around the Great Lakes in the Northeast. But Wednesday in the Southeast, doing that drive up 95, it's going to be tough. Then we go into Thursday, and that's when we see that next piece of energy come into play here. That will bring us showers and storms around the Great Lakes. Going to Orlando, it is the top destination for holiday travel, according to AAA. Also celebrating their 150th anniversary. The town was founded in 1875. You can see fireworks at the Fountain Lake, Eola Park, and of course all the theme parks will have the fireworks as well. We've got those storms right into the center of the country. Otherwise, Chicago is going to be hot on the 4th. Richmond, Boston, a lot of stuff happening into Boston with the cloud forecast there at 2%. We're looking good, but with some cloudier skies through the center of the country, that might cause some issues with the fireworks show here, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Saturday, more energy moving through the northern tier and, of course, Florida. Seeing this. Everything is green on the map if you are doing any traveling at the moment. I think we're going to see a lot more yellows and oranges as we head throughout the day, maybe even some reds, because we have this boundary, we have upper-level energy coming in, and that is going to cause thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. So these are kind of yellow-orange. I'm not even quite sure what color. I feel like it's a mix of low to medium here, especially along the East Coast. I think it's going to be problematic. We've got a lot of storms that will be blowing up into the Northeast. You've got thunderstorms in the South as well. But the early morning flight is always the best flight. The crew's already there. The plane's already there. Taking off a lot easier than landing when you have any sort of visibility issues. So it is always key. But notice showers and thunderstorms also causing some flooding on the roads. Majority of people do travel by car for the 4th of July. So you're going to have to watch out, especially this afternoon. You might be driving, and then blinding rain. Sometimes it can be quite scary when you hit that blinding rain if you have a severe thunderstorm. And you could get that along 95, 87, 81, 77, 79, 80. Portions of 90. All of us really could see that. In the South as well. All is quiet to start off our day, as it is a lot of times, but we are going to see that threat for some thunderstorms. 75, 85, 20, 10, 95 even can get in on some of those where your windshield wipers just don't go fast enough. Hopefully your tires are inflated. I saw that F1 movie with a bunch of people, Jordan, from work this weekend. And now every time I'm driving, I'm like, my tires are too soft. I like randomly said it to my husband. He laughed at me.
Is that like a famous line?
They just talk. I didn't know it was like a thing that they all said. And so it's like, oh, it's too soft. So I'm just like throwing around I mean, I don't know nothing about it.
That's funny.
You know,
I just realized I got to replace my tires. I looked at the tread. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That boundary actually at the surface does get all the way down to the south. What is different? Why is it more red where Jim is in the Mid-Atlantic Northeast versus the South? Why is there a higher risk? Well, you have those stronger winds coming into the area, jet level, low level winds. So that's really going to enhance it there. In the South, you could still get a severe thunderstorm. It's not out of the question just because we don't have the strongest winds here, but they might not be at the super severe limit like we are seeing into the Northeast. Of course, there's our surface feature. Majority of the rain right now is offshore, off the coast of Florida. We do have the potential for more of those thunderstorms again to bubble up. Lightning, flooding is certainly a possibility for us. Very localized flooding when we're talking about these storms. But notice, again, as you head into the afternoon, you have the daytime heating, you have the moisture, everything pops up for us here, and we will see that instability, but it will be scattered in nature, hopefully not over the airports or on the flight path too much, so we won't have too many issues there. But as we head into our Wednesday, that's when everything lingers into the southeast, and we're talking about those gusty winds and those heavier downpours and that potential for some flooding. So overall, it's up to 1 inch. But locally speaking, we could have 1 to 2 inches. Then we have to talk about all the moisture that this potential tropical entity, which it's not looking so good. There's a lot of land interaction. You got the boundary coming through. Sometimes the boundaries can cause low pressures to fire up here. Sometimes they can rip them apart. But over the next 7 days, about a 20% chance of development here. Right now, the Euro does have it a little bit more here with 30 to a 40% chance off the east coast of Florida. And again, this is something to watch because right now it's kind of this whole area straddling the Gulf and the Atlantic. But where exactly does that low want to develop? Still too early to tell, but know that the takeaway from this, whether it gets named or doesn't named, It's going to be a lot of rain over the next several days, and that means that we do have a flood risk all the way into our Saturday. Notice how the showers and storms just keep on keeping on here. So it's going to be a pretty wet one, unfortunately, for a lot of vacationers. July traveling, whether you're going by car, by plane, by train, cruise, or bus. Look at the increases. 2.2% increase in cars, a little over 1% on plane, and a 7.4 increase by train, bus, and cruise. And cruises have really jumped to the top of the list for travel as of late. Been big time there. So on Independence Day, we want to talk about travel getting to there. If we look at today, the worst time to travel is between 3 and 6 p.m. if you're going by car. So a lot of people go from New York to the Jersey Shore, taking the Garden State Parkway. If you're going today, the congestion really is going to start at 4:30. Maybe you're going down to Long Branch. The fireworks on the 4th of July are part of the annual Ocean Fest celebration that start at 1 p.m. They have musicians, musical acts, food vendors. Asbury Park's annual fireworks show is going to light up around the waterfront there. They're actually going to close the beach at 6 p.m. to prepare for the event. Fireworks take place at 9 p.m. on Thursday, July 3rd at 2nd and 4th beaches. So the fireworks have already started going off this weekend. It's like all week, different beaches here along the Jersey Shore are going to have fireworks. So if you miss it one night, you can go another place. Albany to New York. It's I-87 South, Sunday the 6th. If you're heading back to the city, 4:15 is going to be the most congestion. So here's a look today. I think that flying is going to be problematic, as Jordan was mentioning, but the rest of the country, Chicago, you're looking good. Bismarck, Denver, though hot. Phoenix, also hot. That monsoon rain causing some problems in New Mexico. There was a haboob, actually, in New Mexico yesterday. And here's a look on Wednesday, July 2nd. The worst time to travel is essentially all day, guys, from noon into 9 p.m. It's not going to be great on Wednesday, and I'm assuming Thursday is going to be just as bad, if not worse.
All right, well, let's go ahead and go to the beaches. Good morning, everybody. A summer front pushing east, bringing us yet again another day of stormy weather. Here we go. This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm Jordan Steele. We've got meteorologist Jim Cantori and Steph Abrams in the pink.
You're right over there.
This morning.
Steph Abrams.
Steph Abrams.
Steph Abrams. Some cities are in for a little sunshine before our next system builds back in time for your holiday weekend. But will Mother Nature ruin your 4th of July plans?
Not.
The thing is, too, the 4th of July, it's already kicked off. It's like every night this week there's fireworks in different cities.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ongoing. People are traveling. You're going to show a map
can we
of
take
the
a
actual
second?
cloud cover, I think.
It's
What?
July.
I know. It's
Steph's
July.
like, it's July
Past the
already?
halfway point.
Wow.
The days are getting shorter.
Thank goodness.
Good Lord, that's unbelievable. Hey, you might want to pack the board games if you are heading to Florida. We're talking about an area to watch. Whether we see something or not is still very uncertain, but we certainly have a chance for some pretty heavy tropical downpours to make up some of the drought deficits here. But that's not what you want to hear because you went to the beach.
I know, of course.
Right?
How about this? A rare sight caught on camera in